All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Tuesday, and welcome to July. Um, I am recording this Monday evening, but I'm not going to be releasing this until Tuesday, so you can watch it at your leisure. 102 days left until regular season starts, so we're getting closer. All right, a lot to talk about, including, yep, seriously, expansion news. Um, well, some discussion and some news. Yes. All right. So the we came into this upcoming season. We haven't even gotten there yet, but in the time that we came to this point, work has still been going on behind the scenes for new markets to be developed for the 2026 to 27 season. And we have one situation that is pretty much done and agreed upon. So, yeah, that is news. Not all the details are going to be released for quite some time, so I'm not going to divulge a whole lot of information, but I can tell you for the 2026 to 2027 season, there will be a Fed team in Texas. It's not going to be Beaumont. That ship sailed quite a while ago. But yes, there will be a market somewhere in Texas. I've talked to some people behind the scenes, and that is happening. Now, obviously, the announcement of as far as all the details and all that kind of stuff is not going to be made for quite some time. We've got the 2025 to 26 season to focus on and get ready for here, but it does seem like the team is striving to, at some point, get to 16 teams. Now, I have speculated, and this is my own speculation. I'm stating it right here. Just like the league expanded to 10 teams for its 10th season, I am seriously wondering if the league's objective might be to expand to 20 teams by its 20th season, which would be 2029 to 30. So that is, 4 years away. So could we see a 20-team league? I'll discuss this, not this upcoming Saturday, but the Saturday after that. And I'll talk about how it could work, what the league might look like, and how it could work. All right, so make sure to tune into that. That will be July 12th, not the 5th. All right, but anyway, Tallahassee has been in the news quite a bit lately as the community has made a lot of noise about wanting to bring back the Tallahassee Tiger Sharks, which was a team back 1999, 2000, 2001, back quite a few years. It's been 24 years since Tallahassee has had pro hockey. There is a huge clamoring for it, and there is one man who is making a concentrated and concerted effort to bring a team back. His name is Corey Patterson. He played for the Tiger Sharks back in the day. He wants to get a team. A lot of renewed talk the last week about bringing back some sort of team. Now, the objective is to try and get an ECHL club. However, that might not work. Could there be the possibility that Tallahassee becomes either an SPHL market or a Fed market? Not entirely out of the question. A lot of things still need to take place, but Tallahassee's is kind of out there kind of out in the distance, and a very interesting situation. There also is talk about another market somewhere in the southwestern part of the Fed footprint. What I mean by that is the general area where right now you have Monroe, Biloxi, and Baton Rouge, somewhere in the southwestern regions there. And of course, there's going to be Texas too. So there might be a fifth team in that little quadrant down there. So we'll wait and see. That would be for the 26 to 27 season. Now, the other question is, we have that neutral site game between Watertown and Danbury this upcoming March in Morristown, New Jersey. Nice arena, Menon Arena, 2,500 seat arena. Could that or a different New Jersey location be on the league's radar? Obviously, we need another team in the Northeast. So could that be a possibility? Time will tell. We're going to see how things develop with that game. And of course, it's not until March, so kind of late in the season. But it'll be a good test to see if that market could potentially work. So yeah, we have talked a lot about expansion, and it will come. So there you go. All right, let's go on to other things. Indiana and PD both have announced their upcoming free agency camps. The PD Ice Cats will be having their camp in August 8th through 10th in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I know people are going, wait, PD in South Carolina, why are they having a free agency camp in Indiana? It's because they want to try and reach out and give an opportunity to players who currently or in the recent past have played in the MIHL or the APHL, the senior A semi-pro leagues. And Fort Wayne is very centrally located to those two leagues. So that's why that location was chosen. Now, Indiana will be having a free agency camp of their own on their home ice a little earlier, July 25th through 27th. There in Columbus, Indiana. Don't forget the town is Columbus, but it's not this Columbus. And it's just the Indiana Sentinel. So, no confusion there. So, a couple of free agency camps already on the docket. I'm sure more will come along the way as we get farther into the summer. Well, speaking of Columbus, yes, we did get the sad news, and it is sad, but it's a good thing for Tom. Tom Callahan, the official announcement is going to come sometime today. All right, but Tom Callahan posted on the River Dragons fan page saying, I want to let you know, I'm leaving. I'm going back home. It's a good situation. It's good for me personally, but I will not be returning to the River Dragons for play-by-play this next year. So Tom Callahan is leaving the team, and that is sad. Tom's done great work. Obviously, he's got NHL experience. He's called games for Nashville. He's called over 1,300 games, either by YouTube or radio or some kind of format. So he will be missed, and we wish Tom well, and we wish him the best in whatever his future endeavors are. So now there is a vacancy for a play-by-play guy in Columbus. Maybe there was a guy. Somebody comment down below, please. There was a guy this last year who covered for Tom, I think 3 games when Tom was down with an illness. I want to say Connor, but I'm not sure I can't remember if that was his first name. Anyway, young guy, and he did really well. I don't know if maybe he'll be given the opportunity. If you remember his name, please comment down below and remind me. I feel awful that I forgot the guy's name, but I remember watching the River Dragons game with him doing the play calling, and I was very impressed by his work. Especially, he hadn't done hockey before. So this was his first foray into that, and the farther along he went, the better he got. So maybe he'll get the opportunity. We'll see. All right, let's go into the big news, the big trades. Yeah, 2 trades. Well, it's a 3-way trade, and then a 3-way team trade, and then we got 3-team trade. Yeah, and then we have another transaction that happened today or yesterday. Okay, first, yeah, the big trade was Biloxi sends. Where did I write it? Yeah, Declan. Biloxi sends Sam Turner initially to PD, but then he's flipped to Monroe. So Biloxi sends Sam Turner basically to Monroe. In exchange from PD, they get forwards Declan Conway and Trey Fisher. Conway played for the Rockers and the and Monroe last year. And then Trey Fisher played in primarily in Danville with the Dashers. Meanwhile, PD receives Houston Wilson and Dustin Jasseau from Monroe. So that's a lot of offense added potentially to the PD lineup. So that went down. First, it was just Sam Turner and Conway and Fisher, but then the third team came into the picture. So, yeah, big changes. Speaking of big changes, it was announced today that PD had acquired Tate Leeson from the Watertown Wolves in exchange for cash. Now, if Leeson comes down south and plays, that'd be a great pickup for PD. I am a little concerned. I'm not going to read into this too much, but I am a little concerned that we're here in July and instead of players being exchanged, it's cash considerations being given to Watertown. That worries me a little bit. Now, I do not know what Watertown's situation is right now financially, so I can only guess and speculate, and I'm not going to go down that road. It's just it's unusual. It's an unusual transaction for this time of year. All right, boy, we're running long on time and short on time, long on a lot of stuff going on. Danbury announced that they have hired MJ Merkel as their assistant coach to work alongside Nick Nieder, and he is also going to serve as a scout as well. Now, Merkel, of course, was the head coach for HC Venom this last year, so location-wise, not too far away, just a few miles to the east, over in the Danbury. So he'll be working there with the Hat Trick staff. I want to talk about this a little bit. This was a fantastic idea, and I hope that we see more teams get together and plan events like this. The Blue Ridge Bobcats and Carolina Thunderbirds have talked, and they agreed to participate in, it's a regular season game, but it's also going to be a charity game. And this is going to be called the St. Jude Showdown. And the proceeds are going to go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Both teams will be wearing special jerseys. Both teams will have their jerseys auctioned off. And this is great because, of course, a lot of Carolina fans travel up to Wytheville. It's only 90 miles away. And so the arena is going to be full to begin with. But then you have players from both teams, auctioning off their jerseys. The proceeds all go to St. Jude's. There's going to be special St. Jude's merchandise for sale as well. That game, a fantastic idea. And so kudos to both franchises for setting this up and planning this. It will be January 17th, and that is going to be fantastic. I'm definitely going to make sure to tune in to that game. That'll be really, really exciting. All right, last thing. We had tons of transactions today, so I'm going to briefly run through this, all right, because we're already past 15 minutes. All right, we had our trades. Let's see. Let's start off with, I'm just going to go alphabetically through the teams here. Athens, they signed over the last few days defenseman Michael Greco, lots of muscle there, and goaltender William Lavalier is coming back. So, yeah, really big getting Lavi back. So those are the signings by Athens. Let's see. Biloxi. A lot of subtraction, but some addition as well. They released Caleb Melanson, Austin Langworthy, Brad Richardson, and Noah Heplot-Smith. Those players are free agents. They can sign wherever they want. Biloxi also signed defenseman Tim Payne. 73 games played in his Fed career. He has 12 points, 72 penalty minutes. And Payne is very familiar with Coach Charlie Penz, as Payne played in Watertown for Penz. So, Charlie knows what he's getting with Tim Payne. All right, very solid defenseman. He's not going to wow you with a whole bunch of stats, but he's going to give you solid defensive play. All right, let's see. What else? The Binghamton Black Bears signed Austin Thompson last Thursday. He was the team's second leading scorer. The Blue Ridge Bobcats added Jordan Crom, who played overseas last year. Looks to be a very good offensive talent, playing in Sweden. All right, let's see who else. We have the Columbus River Dragons. They added Kirk Underwood, their captain, to the list of players coming back. Underwood, of course, great player in the defensive end, and he can score a clutch goal here and there. Let's see, we have Monroe. They added a couple players from juniors, Connor Bizal and Dylan Gutierrez. And then today yesterday, they announced that Dylan Hullaby is back. Monroe traded Hullaby to Danbury middle of last year. He's coming back to Monroe. So Hullaby had a very good campaign last year. Let's see who else. The PD Ice Cats, they signed Timur Rasulov. Now, everybody's going, who? He's a veteran. He's 36 years old. He's been around. He has played internationally for many, many years, has played in some of the toughest leagues in Europe, in Romania, and elsewhere. He was in Romania last year. He's joining the Ice Cats, kind of an anchor on the blue line. They also signed forward Cody Hess, who played 5 games with the Dashers last year. Now, they released Jonas Leas, Caleb Kinski, Frank Steinway, who just signed a few days ago, but I guess things didn't pan out. Goaltender John Moriarty and goaltender Sam Best. Now, those 5 players were on the HC Venom roster last year. They will not be playing for the Ice Cats. Port Huron, they added defenseman Brett Lockhart. Lockhart, very good defenseman, very big guy too, plus 21 from the blue line last year. And then finally, the Watertown Wolves. They released a few players. Jacob Kement, goaltender, defenseman Declan Flanagan, Flanagan, not Conway, and Dale Dion. They were released. They're free agents now. Goaltender Elwha Bouchard and forward Blake Sewardson, who was picked up in the expansion draft, were released on waivers. So other teams can put a claim in on them. They're not free agents. They have to wait, go through the waiver period before they can just go ahead and sign with somebody. So it's very unusual for somebody to be put on waivers at this stage of the summer, but it happens. And it did here. So there we go. There's a lot of interaction and player movement and whatnot, and there's going to be more in the upcoming days. And that is pretty much our news that we have right now. We'll be talking again more about expansion and the future of the FPHL next Saturday, July 12th. So make sure to kind of pencil that into your mind, and please watch. Please make sure to subscribe and to hit like. Again, a comment. Please leave a comment below if you remember the guy's name that could be replacing Tom Callahan. It's driving me nuts that I can't remember his name. Terrible, and I apologize. Anyway, make sure you're following me on Facebook and on the Flash Audio Network as well. That's where we'll be next Thursday. We'll give you an update with news from the last couple of days on Thursday on the Flash Audio Network. The links for all those pages are on my Facebook page. All right, thank you so much for watching, and you have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you real soon.